So, good day everyone. I am Resalyn R. Tuliao, BS Cream 3-2. So, our topic is all about the Republic Act 4136. So, for Republic Act 4136 is the basic law regulating and land transportation in the Philippines. It has repealed Act number 3992 or the Revised Motor Vehicle Law. So, I'll be discussing on you the important provision of Republic Act 4136. In the Philippines, traffic law enforcement is governed by Republic Act 4136. All other ordinances by local government units are based on this law or act, and or these ordinances should not contradict any provisions of said law or act. The word and phrases used in Republic Act 4136. First is the motor vehicle. Motor vehicle under the Republic Act 4136, any vehicle propelled by any power other than any muscular power using the public highway, but excepting road rollers, troller cars, street sweepers, lawn movers, bulldozer, graders, forklift, amphibian trucks, and cranes if not used in public highways. Vehicle which run only on rails or tracks, and tractor, trailers and traction engines of all kinds used exclusively for agricultural purposes. So, yung mga nabanggit ay exemption of we call motor vehicle. Next is the passenger automobiles. When we say passenger automobiles, it means all pneumatic tire vehicle of type similar to those usually known under the following terms: touring car, command car, speeder, sport car, roadster, jeep, cycle car, except motor wheel, and similar small outfits which are classified with motorcycle, coupe, landaulet, closed car, limousine, cabriolet, and sedan. This is we call passenger automobiles. And the distinction between passenger truck and passenger automobile shall be that of common usage, provided that a motor vehicle registered for more than 9 passengers shall be classified as a truck. Provided further that a truck with seating compartment at the back not used for hire shall be registered under special classification. In case of dispute, the Commissioner of LTO shall determine the classification to which any special type of motor vehicle belong. Next is the articulated vehicle. Any motor vehicle with a trailer having no front axle and so attached that part of the trailer rests upon the motor vehicle, and a substantial part of the weight of the trailer and of its loads is borne by the motor vehicle. Such trailer shall be called a semi-trailer. Next is the driver. Every and any licensed operator of a motor vehicle is a driver, but as I said a while ago, any licensed operator of a motor vehicle. So, pag hindi siya lisensyado, hindi siya matatawag na driver. Next is the professional driver. Every and any driver hired for driving or operating a motor vehicle, whether for private use or for hire to the public. Any driver driving his own motor vehicle for hire is a professional driver, but you need to have the what we call license. So next is the owner. Owner is the actual legal owner of a motor vehicle in whose name such vehicle is duly registered with the LTO, or the owner of a government-owned a motor vehicle is the head of the office of the chief of the bureau to which the said motor vehicle belong. So, for example, in the BFP station has a fire truck, but the owner of the BF the but the owner of that is the chief. Sa kanya nakapangalan yung mga motor vehicle na nagagamit basta government own yun. So next is the dealer. Every person, association, partnership, corporation making, manufacturing, constructing, assembling, remodeling, or set up motor vehicle, and every such entity acting as an agent for the sale of one or more makes, style, or kinds of motor vehicle, dealing in motor vehicle, keeping the same in stock, or selling same or handling with a view to trading the same. So, yung mga pahinante or yung mga nagbebenta ng sasakyan, sila yung tinatawag nating dealer. So, next is the garage. Any building in which two or more motor vehicle, either with or without drivers, are kept ready for hire to the public, but shall not include street stand, public service station, or other public places designated by proper authority as parking space for motor vehicle for hire while awaiting or soliciting business. So, yung mga sasakyan na nakaparking sa mga daanan, they are not considered as a garage. Kasi hindi naman garahe yung mga daanan. So, next is the gross weight. Gross weight, the measured weight of a motor vehicle plus the maximum allowable carrying capacity in merchandise, freight, and or passenger as determined by the commissioner of the LTO. So, next of the word and phrases under the Republic Act 416 is the highways. Highways, every public thoroughfare, public boulevard, driveway, avenue, park, alley, and calle John, but shall not include roadway upon grounds owned by private person, colleges, universities, or other similar institution. So, yung mga daanan sa mga colleges, universities, they are not included as a highway. So, next is the parking or park. Parking or park mean that a motor vehicle is a park or parking if it has been brought to a stop on the shoulder or proper edge of a highway and remains inactive in that place or close there to an appreciable period of time. And parking a motor vehicle with which properly stop merely to discharge a passenger or to take in a waiting passenger to load or unload a small quantity of freight with reasonable dispatch shall not be considered as parked if the motor vehicle against move away without delay. So, pag pag sinabing parking or park or pag may pinick up lang or naka-stationary yung sasakyan, so hindi siya matatawag na naka-parking. Next is the tourist. Tourist, a foreigner who travel one place to place for pleasure or culture. So that is all about the important provision of Republic Act 4136 and or the word and phrases of Republic Act 4136. That's all.
Good day everyone, my name is Adrian Andres from BS Curve 3-2 and I will be presenting the selected provision of RA 4136. The following provision of RA 4136 are most common rules and regulations violated by road users. Exceeding registered capacity or what we call overloading. Passengers, freight, or cargo load of a motor vehicle should not be more than its registered carrying capacity. So, dapat hindi lalagpas sa registered carrying capacity para hindi ka mahuli ng mga LTO or HPG. Conductors of public utility trucks or buses are held liable for the overloading of vehicle under their charge. All passenger automobiles for hire are required to have the registered capacity marked plainly and conspicuously on the sides thereof in letters and numerals not less than 5 centimeters in height. Motor trucks for passengers of freight, private of for hire shall have the registered passenger of freight gross and net weight capacities marked plainly and conspicuously on the sides thereof in letters and numerals not less than 5 centimeters in height. Cargo carrying devices. The construction of device for carrying cargo at the rear or sides of truck may be allowed subject to the approval of the commissioner, but the total net weight of the device including cargo must not exceed 100 kilos under section 32 of RA 4136. Sa cargo carrying device, pwede namang maglagay ng mga carrying device sa mga motor vehicle pero dapat hindi lalagpas sa 100 kilos yung carrying device pati yung ilalagay na pangarga. Riding on board. It is strictly prohibited except for conductors collecting passengers fare under Section 32 of Article 4136. So sa riding board, yung conductor lang ang pwedeng tumayo at maglakad-lakad sa loob ng sasakyan para mangolekta ng pamasahe ng mga passenger. Riding on top of the motor vehicle. Passengers shall not be allowed to ride on the top of motor vehicle, but the baggage of freight may be carried on the top of the truck, provided that the weight thereof is not more than 20 kilos per square meter, distributed in such a way as not to endanger passenger or the vehicle stability. Under Section 32 of the RA 4136. Dito, karamihan nahuhuli ang mga tricycle driver natin, mga jeepney driver, kasi nagsasakay sila ng mga passenger sa tuktok ng kanilang mga sasakyan. Required motor vehicle accessories. Every motor vehicle when operated on a traffic way should have the following specified accessories. Dito sa required motor vehicle accessories, kapag kulang ka ng mga ito, pwede kang huliin ng mga HPG or LTO. So, unang-una sa lahat, yung tires of motor vehicles. Yung gulong kapag pudpud na, maaari ka nilang huliin. Brakes, dapat meron ka nito. Dahil napaka-importante din ang brakes sa daan sa pagmamaneho. Kasi maraming na-disgrasya kapag yung mga nawawalan ng mga preno. And horns, dapat meron din yan. Headlights, taillights, stoplights, and motorcycle or other vehicle lights. Yung mga flasher natin or mga signal lights. Pero siguraduhin natin na tama ang mga pailaw natin sa ating mga motor. Dahil pwede itong makasilaw sa mga nakasulubong natin sa daan at nare-reduce ang kanilang mga visibility na nagkukos ng disgrasya sa daan. And then lights when parked or disabled, windshield wiper, use of red flag, mufflers. So kapag walang mga yan, that is a violation under the Republic Act 4136. Next, driving while under the influence of liquor or other prohibited drugs under Section 53 of the Article 4136. So dito sa driving while under the influence of liquor or other prohibited drugs, kapag ikaw ay nagmamaneho habang lasing or nakainom or under the influence of the liquor or drugs, there's a violation of RE 4136. And obstruction on traffic. Obstruction on traffic by operating a motor vehicle in such a manner as to obstruct, block, or impede the passenger of another vehicle is prohibited. This prohibition applies even when discharging or loading passenger under Section 54 the RA 4136. Dito naman sa obstruction of traffic, kung hinaharangan mo yung daan pwede kang huliin na dyan under the obstruction of traffic. And next, duties of driver in case of accident. In the event that any accident should occur as a result of operation of a motor vehicle upon highway, the driver shall observe the following. So, unang-una sa lahat, stop immediately. Minto ka, and that is your duty of being driver in case of accident. Show his driver's license to inspecting traffic enforcer. Ipakita mo yung lisensya mo, bigay mo yung totoong pangalan, totoong address, kasama na yung may-ari ng sasakyan o sa'yo ba yung sasakyan. O tulungan din yung injured person. Assist the injured person. Pero depende pa rin ito sa sitwasyon. Dahil kapag ito ay nabangga, hindi natin pwedeng buhatin dahil maaring nabali ang kanyang kamay at baka nakakasama pa sa sitwasyon ng biktima. And take measures to protect belongings of passenger and report the accident. And lastly, when could a driver leave the area of accident without being held for hit and run? So, A. His life is in imminent danger of being harmed by other person or persons by reason of the accident. Kapag ikaw ay nakabangga at yung mga tao mo sa paligid ay binabantaan ka at ikaw ay tumakbo, hindi ka liable sa hit and run dahil binabantaan ka ng mga nasa paligid mo, pwede ka nilang patayin or ano man ang gagawin nila sa'yo. B. He surrendered to proper authority. Kapag yung nakabangga ay sumuko sa mga otoridad, hindi siya liable sa hit and run. And C. He summoned the assistant of physician or nurse to aid the victim. Kapag ikaw ay nakabangga at umalis ka iniwan mo ang iyong nabangga pero pumunta ka sa hospital para tumawag ng nurse or physician para i-aid yung victim at gamutin, hindi ka liable sa hit and run.
Good day everyone. My name is Angelica Gakal from BS Criminology 3-2 and I will present the registration of motor vehicle. RA 4136 mandates that all motor vehicles should be registered by its owner. Classification of registered motor vehicle. Number 1. Private, not for her. These are motor vehicles should for the personal use of their owners. Kumbaga hindi siya pwedeng hire or pangpasada kasi registered siya as a private vehicle. Number 2. Public utility vehicles for her. These are registered primary for the convenience of passengers and other commercial goods and etc. Passenger, jeepney, taxicab, and etc. Ito yung vehicles na pwede pang pasada kagaya ng mga SUV, bus, jeep at iba pa. Number 3, government. These are the motor vehicles owned by the government office and should for official use purposes only. Vehicles registered as government owned which was issued by the government officials. Number 4. Diplomat. These are issued to foreign diplomats and consuls assigned in the Philippines. Ito yung registered na ito, ini-issued sa mga foreigners na hindi Pilipino na nandito sa Pilipinas. Plate numbers. 1. Green and white, issued for private. 2. Yellow, issued to public utility vehicles. 3. Red or maroon, issued to government-owned motor vehicle. 4. Blue, issued to assigned foreign diplomat. 5. Commemorative plate, special plate issued to specific purposes. Ito yung mga example ng plate number kagaya ng private, public utility vehicle, or PBU. Ito naman sa government, diplomat, at saka commemorative plate. Motor vehicles registration. This is the schedule of registration. Registration of motor vehicles should be done annually, which follow the numerical suffix of their plate numbers. Four-wheeled vehicles. Plate number is ABC 1234. 3 second to the last digit. 4 is last digit. The vehicle should be registered on or before April between 1st and 7th working day of the month. Two-wheeled vehicle. Plate number is AB 12345. 4 second to the last digit. 5 is last digit. The vehicle should be registered on or before May between 8 and 14 working day of the month. Protocol plate number. These are the special plate numbers for high-ranking government officials as manifestation of courtesy toward them or their respective of office. These plates are blue D or DD plate reserved for the two government officials of the Republic of the Philippines.
Good day. I'm Macaulay Valdez Jr. from BS Cream 3-2, Republic Act number 4136. So, Republic Act 4136 is an act to compile the laws relative to land transportation and traffic rules to create a land transportation commission and for other purposes. So, our topic for today is all about provisions on driver's licenses. Driver's license. Driving a motor vehicle or before driving a motor vehicle, persons or driver must have valid licenses. So driving a motor vehicle in the Philippines, as in other countries, is not a right but a privilege granted by the Philippine government through the LTO based on Republic Act 4136 and National Law Bilang 398. Further, it is a privilege which may be suspended or revoked. Driver's license is a document issued to a qualified driver who possesses the statutory qualification as provided. Therefore, a driver's license may not give to a person with disabilities. It is also a public document which has the legal presumption of genuineness. For the word genuineness, a license is many, but the information is only for one person. So magkakaiba. Duty to procure license. Section 19 of Republic Act 4136 states that no person shall operate any motor vehicle without a license without first procuring a license to drive for the current year. So before you drive vehicle, you must have driver's licenses. To be effective, the ends of this order, nor while such license is delinquent, invalid, suspended, or revoked, and should be carried at all times and shall be shown or surrendered for costs when demanded by a person authorized by RA 4136 to inspect the same. Section 20. License for enlisted men operating government motor vehicles. Enlisted men operating a motor vehicles owned by the government of the Philippines shall be licenses in accordance with the provision of this act, but no license or delinquency fees shall be collected therefrom All licenses so issued shall bear the words "for government vehicles only," plainly marked or stamped in red ink across the face thereof. So, if you are government employee, um, when the word for government vehicles only, the word for government vehicles only will stamp on this part of the faces red ink. A license or mark or stamp shall authorize the holder thereof to operate a private owned motor vehicle. Section 21. Operating of motor vehicles by tourists, bona fide tourists, and similar transients who are duly licensed to operate motor vehicles in their respective countries may be allowed to operate motor vehicles during but not after 90 days of the sojourn in the Philippines. Section 22. Driver's license fees examinations. Every person who desires personally to operate any motor vehicle shall file an application to the Commissioner of or his deputies for a license to drive motor vehicles. So, according to Section 23, issuance of driver's license, if as after such examination the Commissioner or his deputy believes that the applicant possesses the necessary qualification and is proficient in the operations of motor vehicles. A license shall be issued to such applicant upon payment of 5 pesos, but prior to the issuance of said license, the applicant shall furnish 3 copies of his recent photograph to be securely attached to the license and 2 copies to be filed and kept as provided by this Act. All drivers' license shall bear the signature and right hand thumb print of the licenses. Section 24. Use of driver's licenses and badge. Every license issued under the provision of this Act to any driver shall entitle the holder thereof, while the same is valid and effective and not suspended or revoked, to operate the motor vehicles described in such license, provided, however, that every licensed professional driver, before operating a public service motor vehicle registered under the classifications, inclusive of Section 7 hereof, shall secure from the Commissioner, upon payment of the sum of 1 pesos to drivers, badge which he shall at all times whilst operating a motor vehicles display in plain sight on the band of his cap or in his coat or shirt. Section 25. Driver's record. Any driver who changes address shall within 15 days notify the Commissioner in writing of his new address, name and address of his new employer, the number of the motor vehicle is employed to operate, and such other information of as this Commissioner may require. Section 26. Renewal of licenses. Any license not renewed on or before the last working day, it may expire. So, when the applicant was born shall become delinquent and invalid, except when the license is surrendered to the Commissioner or his deputies before the last working day of the month of his birth, in order to avoid payment of the delinquency fees. So, confiscation of driver's licenses according to Section 29 of RA 4136 mandates that a driver's license may be confiscated for a violation of Republic Act 4136, the rules and regulations issued by the Commissioner, and local traffic rules and regulations. So when a driver's license is confiscated for any reason, the traffic enforcer must, however, issue a receipt temporary operator's permit (TOP), which is good for 72 hours, within which the driver may be continued to operate his vehicle. Failure to settle the case within 15 days will cause suspension or revocation of the licenses. So, good day. Let's continue our topic. Type of licenses. International and non-professional and professional driver's licenses. So before these three, a person who wish to drive vehicle must have student driver's permit. So upon proper applications and the payment of 3 pesos, actually this is not 3 pesos. I mean, so having student driver's permit must have done many steps, and I think from this time the payment of having student driver's permit is, I think, 3 or 5,000 pesos for 5. So commissioner and his deputy may issue student driver's permits valid for 6 months to the person not under 18 not under 18 years of age who desire to learn to, to operate the motor vehicles. The application for driver's licenses shall be received unless the application has undergone instruction in the operation of motor vehicles for at least a month and has a valid student driver's permit provided. So non-professional driver's licenses. This kind of licenses is issued owned of privately owned motor vehicles or those not for hire or paid for driving. These are There are two kinds of applicants for no professional driver's licenses. Holder of a student permit for exactly 4 to 5 months, 4 to 6, and applicant for renewal of the expired non-professional driver's licenses. I think for this day, 1 or 2 months you can have your non-professional driver's licenses, and you will renew it to the LTO. This kind of document is issued to person who desire to learn how to drive a student driver cannot operate cannot operate a vehicle unless accompanied by an instructor who may either be a licensed professional or non-professional driver's license. So, a person or a driver when having a student driver's permit cannot operate or cannot drive a vehicle unless accompanied by an instructor who may either licensed professional or non-professional driver's license. So this is the example of non-professional driver's license. A person or a driver have the picture, his name, birth date, the expiration date, the gender, age, signature of the head of the LTO. So this is the example of the non-professional driver's licenses. By the way, this is the new non-professional driver's license for this year. This is the old, having the logo same of the Philippine flag and the LTO. So professional driver's license. This license is issued to drivers hired or paid for driving or operating a motor vehicle, whether private, used for hire to the public. Any person driving his own motor vehicle for hire is a professional driver. The change of status from non-professional driver's license does not require the holder to submit to other tests or examinations. So, when you want to become a professional driver's license, there is no examination or test. So you just renew it, pass the requirements, and pay the fee. So the distinctive feature of the holder of professional driver's license are the privilege to make driving a means of livelihood. So restriction: the type of category of authorized to drive is indicated on the face on the licenses. Validity: the license non-prof for today is last year, before the new law implemented, the years which is the validity of the license is 3, but for this year, it is 5 years to 10 years. So 3 birth years of succeeding year and automatically expire if not renewed on the due date. So the driver's license will expire if it is not renewed on the said due date, which is indicated on the ID or the driver's licenses. So that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something for the group of Republic of 4136 for the report. Thank you and good day.